Every year, on the last Monday of May, people across the country pause for something truly important. It's not just a day off, it's not just picnics or parades. It's a day to remember heroes, real-life heroes who gave up their tomorrow so we could have our today. But what does that mean to a child? How do you explain something so big in a way that feels gentle, kind, and full of heart? This is the story of a little girl named Lila, a red flower called the poppy, and a promise that lives on in every grateful heart. Now, let's begin the story of the Red Poppy Promise. A gentle, heartfelt Memorial Day tale for children, filled with love, remembrance, and quiet courage. In a quiet little town, where the breeze carried the scent of fresh grass and the sky wore its best blue, lived a 7-year-old girl named Lila. She loved drawing flowers more than anything, especially red poppies. But she never really knew why she liked them. She just thought they looked brave, like they were standing tall, even when the wind tried to push them down. One morning, a few days before Memorial Day, Lila noticed something different. Her grandmother was placing red poppies on the windowsill and along the front porch. "Grandma, why do you always put out those red flowers? Are they for decoration?" "Oh, sweetheart, these aren't just any flowers. They're poppies. We place them to remember people, very special people, who were brave enough to protect us, even if it meant they couldn't come home." Lila tilted her head and sat down beside her grandma. "Like superheroes?" Lila asked softly. Grandma smiled. "Yes, honey, just like superheroes. Your great-uncle James was one of them." Lila had heard his name before, but only in quiet whispers. She didn't know much, only that he had worn a uniform and smiled a lot in pictures. "Did he like flowers too?" Grandma chuckled. "Oh, he loved them, especially when you picked them for him." That made Lila smile. Even though she had never met Uncle James, she suddenly missed him. The next day, Lila and Grandma visited the town's Veterans Memorial. There were names carved into stone, rows and rows of them. Some had little flags, others had poppies just like hers. There, sitting quietly on a bench, was an old man in a faded military cap. He had kind eyes and a gentle voice. "Your grandma tells me you've been asking about poppies." Mr. Henry smiled. "They stand for remembering and for saying thank you, even to people we never met." Lila sat beside him. He told her stories about soldiers who shared their last candy bars, who carried each other through storms, and who wrote letters home filled with love. Then he looked at Lila, eyes crinkling kindly. "Being a soldier isn't just about being tough." Mr. Henry paused, gazing at the fluttering flags around them. "It's about standing up, even when you're scared. It's about helping your friend when he falls down and sharing your last cookie with someone who hasn't smiled in days." Mr. Henry paused. "It's holding someone's hand in the dark, writing letters to your mom when you miss home so much it hurts, and giving your blanket away because someone else is colder than you are." Lila's eyes grew wide as she listened closely. Mr. Henry, with warm and sincere voice, continued. "Sometimes it means protecting people you've never met, in places you've never been, just because it's the right thing to do." He then placed a hand gently over his heart. "That's what real bravery looks like, little one. Not loud or showy, just full of love." Lila listened closely. Her heart felt full, and a little heavy, too. But not in a sad way. More like in a thankful way. More like in a thankful way. That night, Lila sat at the kitchen table with her crayons and a stack of paper. She drew dozens of red poppies, each with a little message. "Thank you. We remember you. You are loved." She asked her friends to help too. On Memorial Day morning, with flags waving in the breeze and the sound of drums from the town parade, Lila wore a red dress and carried a basket full of poppy drawings. She handed them to veterans who smiled through tears and placed some by headstones with tiny American flags. When she placed the last one with a big red heart drawn in the middle, she whispered, "This one's for you, Uncle James." Later, as they walked home, Grandma squeezed Lila's hand. Grandma, teary but smiling, said, "I think you made a lot of people feel remembered today, Lila, even the ones in heaven." Lila looked up at the sky, and for a second, she thought the clouds looked a little like poppies, and she smiled because now she understood. Memorial Day isn't just a day off school. It's a day to pause, remember, and say thank you, even if you never met them. even if they're just a name on a stone. Their bravery helped shape the world we live in. And every time you draw a poppy or say thank you, you're keeping a promise. The red poppy promise to never forget. And so, every year, when Lila sees a red poppy bloom, she remembers what Mr. Henry said. That real bravery is quiet, kind, and full of love. And she knows that even small hearts can hold big promises. To remember, to honor, to never forget. This Memorial Day, may we all carry a little red poppy in our hearts, because remembering is a promise we keep together. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more meaningful tales. Let's keep kindness, courage, and remembrance blooming in every young heart.